Welcome back to Bass Battle, the podcast for everybody who's interested in bass fishing, from absolute beginners to enthusiasts. And Darren van Heerden, the last time we spoke, you told us you were going to bring us on a journey with you as you fish in these various competitions. Where were you fishing just now?
So we were at Roodekoppies Dam on Saturday. It was wonderful, very hot day. And
What kind of a competition was this?
it was our first tournament of the year. There were 50 boats that participated.
And so that's a big competition.
That's a very big competition, yes, of which I would say at least 30 of them are very competitive and have fished many tournaments before. About 10 boats were newbies, and the others had fished one or two competitions that are enthusiastic enough to try and improve their fishing skills.
Okay, so you brought us through on your channels what you were going to be using. We're going to come to that very, very soon.
Yes.
I just want to talk about the weather. It has been incredibly hot. I'm sure it was hotter still in the northwest than it is in Gauteng.
Very.
So how does that change the conditions, the water, and how the fish behave?
So a fish doesn't have an eyelid, so it seeks shade when it's so hot and high. We call it high skies in the bass terminology.
Yeah.
And they're either going to be deeper or where there's a bit of shadow casted.
Okay.
So we had to adjust midway through the day because the sun was exceptionally hot. So during the day, what I initially, which I'm going to show you now, was hoping did work. But at the end of the day, about 11, 12, I decided to punch at some hyacinth, which provided a lot of shade, yes, for the fish, and yes, it worked for one big fish, one of the fish we weighed. So
fantastic.
So yes, I adjusted slightly.
Show me what you used.
This is what was a general. I didn't catch any of my bigger fish with the paddle tail. Like I said, the paddle tail would work. It's a Kitech paddle tail. But my biggest success for Saturday was the Bill Norman crank. Like I said, it was going to, or the deep little end, should I say.
And is that an old reliable or is that new?
It's an old reliable.
Yeah.
It's an old reliable, so much so that I think the colour's even discontinued. I bought a whole lot because I felt it worked. So this and lavender shad in the same brand, in the same make.
Okay.
And what I always look for is the red eyes. I love fishing any sort of crankbaits with red eyes. So, and it paid off and it worked.
Fantastic. And the last one?
The
it looks
last
like a squid to me almost.
Yes, it looks like a squid. So it's meant to mimic a frog.
Oh yeah, okay.
It's a McCarthy tantrum crawl. And we punch it with a 1 ounce sinker. It's very heavy, so it could get through the green hyacinth because there's a lot of hyacinth there, and it creates shade in the middle of the day, and then that worked. So this is what I caught one of my weighable fish. We actually caught 10 fish over 1 kilo that we actually returned to the water because we had we call it culling.
Yeah.
When you catch, you only meant to weigh your 5 biggest fish, which we did, but during that period, you catch a fish that's just smaller. But at 10 of them, we threw back. And are you doing that
with your eye then? Are you judging with your eye?
No. We got special culling system.
Okay.
You weigh them.
Okay.
You can't judge with the eye because sometimes a shorter, fatter fish may be heavier than a longer, skinnier one. Yes.
That makes sense.
Yes.
That makes sense. So what was your bag in the end?
My bag was just over 7 kilos. It was good for the day. It was good. It actually was exactly what I caught in the first practice.
Yeah.
The second practice I only caught 5 kilos. But if you had asked me prior to the day, if I could weigh a 7 kilo bag, I would have taken it without even fishing.
Oh, absolutely.
So we were quite successful.
So
and what I
when
predicted.
you say quite successful, how successful were you?
So a second place
Well,
out of the 50
congratulations.
teams fishing. Second place, I'm very happy with that. I was hoping for a top 5 and if at worst a top 10, and we got a second, so it's great for the start for the season, and it's a big confidence builder.
Absolutely.
My fishing partner was an absolute star. Him and I both caught a similar amount of fish, and we had a wonderful time in the water. It was great. It was the first time I'm fishing with him. So, Darren, thank you.
Another
his name's
Darren.
also Darren. Yeah, we Darren.
Wow. Okay. Well, you're
Yes.
not going to forget each other's names.
No.
So you were. I cut across you. You were going to say something about your predictions.
Yes.
Did they come true?
My predictions came exactly true. Thank
right.
goodness.
Okay.
I did adjust slightly with the. I did add a pitching method in the middle of the day because it was getting so hot and the fish were becoming loomy. They weren't that active, so then I had to go and look for them in under the shade and so on.
Okay.
But it was all in all a very successful day.
So, what's the next competition?
Next one is in Clarkstorp.
Okay.
It's in the northwest,
Okay.
and it is a dam I've never fished before. So I'll go and visit it next week just to go and
Do a
see
recce.
what's up, do a recce. And then the 28th, the weekend before the competition, I'm going to go and do a total proper practice. We're going to spend 2 days in the water. I want to go and see if there's any structure that people haven't found yet. I know what I'll be trying to look for.
Yes.
So, and then I'll be able to tell you what baits I'm planning to use then. But
So-
that I'll do prior to that tournament.
Yes, so obviously you've gone really well. If people want to find you and follow you and see what you are going to use for the next competition, how do they find you, Darren?
Well, Facebook, YouTube, and soon to be TikTok. I'm technically challenged, so
We're all learning.
We're all learning, exactly, exactly.
Well, Darren, I wish you the best of luck with the
Thank
next
you.
one. Can't wait to see what you come up with as a plan of action.
Thank you.
And tune into Bass Battle for the next time when we're looking back at how Darren did.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.